Hey guys, what is up? This is Daniel with Grin Gaming, and today we are going to be completing our campfire with fire particle effect and smoke particle effect. In the first 3 videos we made the logs, made the rocks, textured, and all that good stuff. We also saved it, and saved it as both the Maya binary and the FBX. I did put an annotation in one of the first 3 videos because I forgot to do something that's pretty critically important, and that is when we were working on this, it started out like this, and we hit 3 to display what it would look like were it to be smoothed. But when you save it, you're not saving the display smoothness, as you see here. You're saving the actual model, which, even though the rocks don't look great, they look a lot better than this harsh polygonal looking thing. So if we hold down shift and click on all of these and hit 1, we can see what they actually look like, and then we can hold shift and select all of them, and if we go up in the polygons tab and we go over to this one, it is smooth. Add polygons to the selected polygon objects to smooth them. So if you're making something big and you want to keep the faces low, this is not going to be maybe the best option because it will add more faces. And there we go. And so you see it cuts it more and that smooths it. So that is not quite enough. And let's go ahead and smooth it one more time, and there we go. And so you see that's a lot of faces compared to, like the 10 faces that it had before, but for our purposes that's what we want, and it's not really that big of a deal. I added more logs than we had in the original one, but I didn't really make you put the logs in any specific place, so whatever you like is best. They do kind of go inside of each other sometimes, but this is not a complete professional modeling tutorial. So now that we actually have these smoothed and it is ready to be brought into Unity, we will save it again. So go to here, save scene, and the reason that we use 3 to display the smoothness is so that if we have any changes we want to make, we don't have to deal with all these tons of faces to make a simple change. Only when you know that you're ready to export it do you want to apply this smooth thing. Real quick note, when you have like your little gadgets or manipulators like there, and if you don't feel like it's big enough or small enough, you can just hit shift and then plus sign, or just regular like plus sign, and it can grow. Minus sign to shrink. I don't know, I needed to do that earlier. So we saved it, and now let us export all. Click the options, make sure it's on FBX export. Export all. And this is where I want to save it. I don't know, I just add 22 to things when they're newer than older. So now we exported that and it is saved. At this point we're done with Maya, unless you have some changes that you want to make at a later point. Again, if you know that you're good with your model and you're not going to want to make any adjustments in game, you can highlight everything, mesh, you can combine them, you can separate them. But if you combine them, it'll all be one piece. If you don't, then you'll see in a second. So we're going to make the particle effects in a minute. Here, new campfire 22. So now we want to add the FBX to Unity. So go ahead and drag that in. And shouldn't take that long. And there it is. So now this is inside Unity, and I'm actually not entirely sure on the best way of doing this, but it comes in really small. So like, see how small? You know, and you can double click and then you're on it. But then your like scroll zoom is really hard to use because it's so small. So what I do is on this model part, I change it to 0.1, apply, and that makes it, I guess, 10 times bigger. No animations, don't really need a rig, and you know, whatever, it's all good. So it's bigger now. It's a bit easier to zoom in and zoom out. See, it's not that big of a problem. With mine, see, you have all these different pieces, so you can actually select and move the pieces if you want to rearrange it in game, or if you wanted it to explode, or I don't know, something. But anyways, now we need to do the textures. So let's create a folder and call it textures. And then we made some textures for this. I was deciding if I was going to show you maybe how to do a sprite sheet animation on the logs to show like that they were progressively like burning, but yeah, I'm not going to. So here we go, this is our texture, and then we can add that here. And once that's loaded, there we go. I'm also going to just consider using this texture too. And so now that is going to load as well. And so that'll give us the log, and then all we need after the log is just the rock. So now that that's loaded, just find your rock texture and go ahead and drag that in. You can also go to assets, I guess, and import assets. I like to just drag it in. And once we have all those in, and just for anyone who didn't get the package or whatever, these kind of things with the grids and the boxes allow you to test out your textures and to stretch out your UV map in Maya so that you can make all these boxes square. And by making them square, it'll assure that something like our stretched rock texture doesn't happen. But the tutorial is more about the particle effects. My next tutorial will have more in-depth and advanced texturing techniques and stuff. I was just trying to go fast. So now we have that, and here's our campfire, here's our cylinder, and in here we have our materials. So Maya imports the materials for each thing. So the log needs its texture, and I'm going to use this one because I like it better. So there's the log, and then the rock needs its texture. There's the rock, and boom, there is our fireplace or campfire, whatever. And then in the next one, I'm going to show you guys how to start making the particle effects. This is just the import process and everything. I'm trying to up the production value a little bit and have an intro and an outro and for each video instead of just chopping them up. So that's going to do it for here. Make sure that you opened a new project. I guess I should have told you that. And then make sure that you name it and save your project. And yeah, so I will post the next tutorial shortly after this one, maybe a day, maybe the same day. And it's going to be where we make the fire. So we are completely ready right now, and our project is loaded and ready in Unity. Yep, keep tuned. The next one will come out in a day or so. And yeah, thanks for watching. This has been Daniel with Grin Gaming. Check out Aaron's tutorials on programming. Right now you can watch Flappy Ears, which is a clone of Flappy Bird. And you can also learn how to make a match 3 game. Also, check out our channel. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.